This was in '62. But there'd been a phenomenon, Lemon Tree and then Invited Hammer. So we were asked to come and sing. Yves Montand was there, Carol Burnett, Gene Kelly, Joan Sutherland. I mean, I'm talking, you know, astronomical stars. And we were giddy. Mary bought her first gown, full-length gown. We rented our tuxedos. We played, and then afterwards there was a reception only for the artists and for the president and the vice president and their wives. And we had been told that the president will probably ask you to sing after the gathering. So, we brought our guitars. I remember careening down Pennsylvania Avenue in our first limousine ride. And we got there, and after dinner, Mrs. Lincoln, who is literally the name of the president's social secretary, I kid you not, odder than shit, but true. And historians validate this. So she said, well, the president would like to hear you sing. And I, being my innocent, smart-ass self, said, if the president wants us to sing, we shall. As if it weren't enough for a social secretary. She said, well, come on over here and find out. So she brought me to the president. And I said, Mr. President, would you like me to sing with Paul and Mary? And he said, I would. He said, and I advise you to do so because if you don't, I will, and you don't want to hear that. So we went upstairs into Lyndon Johnson's bedroom, where our guitars had been stored, went downstairs. There was a sunken, they didn't have a vice presidential home at the time, or an official vice president. It was Lyndon Johnson's home. And there was a sunken living room, and Mary was at the top, and she was gorgeous. She'd made one terrible mistake. She'd had a glass of champagne. Mary was not good about alcohol. So with one glass, she was a little tipsy. Just the right amount. She was fluid. She was so beautiful, nobody could believe it, the least of all the president. The first song we sang was 500 Miles. Oh my God. And everybody was speechless. Their jaws were open. They'd never heard music like this. And I said, this is folk music. It's music that comes from the people. It's not written for the bucks. And it's very common when we sing folk music for people to sit on the floor. You're invited to do so because we've been asked to sing more than a couple of songs. And who was the first one sitting on the floor? The president. He sat on the floor. Jackie was there. Everybody sat on the floor. We sang Puff the Magic Dragon. And then, after a while, the whole mood changed, because what happens when you sing together? Just what happened tonight. It was different. And Lester Lannon didn't sing those songs. He started doing the twist. And there I was, twisting with Carol Burnett. And Vice President Johnson, who was holding Mary so tight that I saw him come out the other side of her body. And Jackie stayed. She didn't ordinarily, she stayed late into the evening. And we had the greatest time, and they rolled back the carpet. And Gene Kelly and the president sang The Wearing of the Green. It was beautiful. And at one point, the president came over and he said, what was that song you sang? He was talking to Noel. What was that song they all clapped so loudly for? And I said, I think Noel said it, but he thinks I said. He said, well, that was a single. If I find a hammer, that, small record, big hole in the middle, you know. So, some of you know what I'm talking about. And the president said, oh, I know what you mean. I just don't get a chance to listen to the radio while driving to work very frequently. Because that song had been a huge hit. Okay, so I told the story. That's it.